Live from the Man Cave, treadmills and tangents with Coach Aaron Cerrone and his army of wellness warriors. Live in discussion of all things health and wellness, along with community topics they happen to stumble upon.
All right, Omaha, good morning to you again on this fine Saturday. Coach coming at you with another edition of Treadmills and Tangents. I got Tim and Sam with me this morning.
Good morning, guys.
How you doing today, fellas?
Good. About yourself?
Good. I just dropped my phone, if you heard that bang in the back.
Hopefully you didn't crack that screen.
Technical difficulty right off the bat. Hopefully I didn't break it because I took my OtterBox off of it to put this case with my kids' faces on it, which is really cool, but it's not that good of a
It's all right. You're due for an upgrade anyways with your
Quit making fun of my phone.
It's like the digital iPhone.
You still got to crank start that in the morning, though, right?
Size doesn't matter, fellas. Size does not
phones
matter.
it does. In phones it does, sir.
No. Anyway. All right. Guys, so I found a couple articles I want to talk about this week. I'm going to leave the names of the sources anonymous to protect the innocent. But nonetheless, the title caught my eye on this one. I think it's going to be hilarious to talk about. Physical fitness is the big brain play of the Overwatch League. And I saw Overwatch League. I was like, Overwatch League? What is that? And I dug into it. It's professional gaming.
Yes.
Yeah.
That when
you guys knew about that?
I knew about professional gaming, yes. Yeah, I didn't know it was called Overwatch.
I knew what Overwatch was. It's a specific game. So they'll have Call of Duty League, stuff like that. So Overwatch is a specific game.
Oh, so this isn't like the NFL. This is like
correct. No, Overwatch
is
game.
See, I was thinking like it was like the NFL.
No, it's
okay.
So
it's
anyway, it turns out the owners and the organizers of the Overwatch League are getting into performance and human performance and have realized, big shocker, that physical fitness and nutrition increase human performance. But the funny part is in the article, it starts out, the face of gaming has long been that guy from South Park who plays World of Warcraft for 20 hours a day and subsists on a steady diet of Doritos and Mountain Dew. Well, that's true.
That was me 10 years ago.
I laughed at that when I read that, too.
Absolutely.
So, little known fact is that Mountain Dew here in Omaha is the number one selling soda pop of all.
Not a surprise.
Right? It beats out Coke, it beats out Pepsi, beats out all of them. And guess what? We have a huge
Tech IT.
Yeah, tech
presence.
IT conglomerations here. So, yeah, it makes sense. So, that is true. I don't know why they're trying to get away with it. You got to own it. I mean, you got to own it. Anyway, but they also acknowledge physical health and fitness are all too often seen as the antithesis of gaming in the realm of adjacent to esports are never overlapping. But for pro players in the Overwatch League looking to optimize their performance, the stereotypical sedentary gamer lifestyle and fast food rich diet simply will no longer cut it. They're stepping it up, fellas.
Oh boy,
taking it up.
Big time.
You got to get more than them thumbs.
No, there's no talk about thumb exercises.
There's not.
Yeah.
There's not. And I pulled up a brief synopsis of Overwatch if you want to know a little bit more about it.
Tell me about Overwatch.
So Overwatch is a team-based multiplayer first-person shooter video game developed by Blizzard Entertainment, which is the same company, if I remember correctly, that did World of Warcraft. So it's just a big online.
So it makes sense that they mentioned World of Warcraft and no copyright infringement thereof.
The characters are people obviously on the radio can't see this, but there's just crazy characters and stuff that you can level up as you go through the game and things like that. So
anyway, what prompted this was apparently flu season struck the league and took out some major players for a couple of weeks.
Oh wow,
did yep.
Yeah, and so they realized that healthy lifestyle is basically an insurance policy on their investments and. A couple of the guys are cited as saying, my energy is higher. I can yell more now. A couple of the guys said, my energy since working out allows me to focus more. And we have now incorporated exercise breaks into our quote-unquote work day, which is essentially just gaming all day. One guy does say, it essentially alludes to, now let's be real, I'm not going to take a break from my gaming or let it interrupt my gaming, so I'll do some stuff in my free time when I can.
But it states that a lot of the performance coaches are mandating it, though, on there now.
Well, I think the owners. The team owners.
The team owners, yeah.
So you literally now have a person that is taking nerds, for lack of a better word, and making them work out.
Why do they got to be nerds, man?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a nerd.
Yeah, but not. Do you like being called a nerd?
Doesn't bother me. I still get paid.
How do you? I guess.
How do I get
getting
this job?
Getting paid. I guess getting paid to game is no different than getting paid to sit in a cubicle all day long. Which studies are showing that sitting is the new smoking that leads to more cardiac disease and other issues just by sitting on being sedentary is really what the problem is. So, gamers probably suffer from more because, they're encouraged to slouch down, sit on the couch, and just thumb away all day. Anyway, so gamers are getting into it, guys. Gamers are working out. Look out. The next time you're in the gym, look over. It might be a gamer next to you, a pro gamer.
Or as Tim would say, a nerd.
And there's also one of the teams here. I was just scrolling through this article. One of the teams actually has hired a personal chef that comes, and the stuff he makes looks pretty delicious. A jerk chicken wrap with mango cream cheese
but I
and
still
fresh
wonder.
veggies.
I still wonder if entering into the competition, they still ram some Mountain Dew or some,
I'm
some
sure they
energy
do.
drinks.
I know.
just to be
They're
wired.
not. Like, I'm sure they still
They
eat some of the stuff they normally ate, and
Right. This is
they're
probably
getting into it, but not like
when you're in
dead
training
set.
camp for the NFL. You eat clean, you eat what they tell you to, and then
Do
you
you think
leave
they have
and
an
go.
off season and a training camp? I don't know.
I don't know.
Does this work?
How does this league even make money? Like people just game
Sponsors, man. I mean,
yeah.
my
Mountain Dew.
son
There's
gets on
Doritos.
YouTube and watches people play games, and their sponsors are scrolling constantly.
true.
I see no entertainment value, but he sits on the couch and giggles all day long.
And there's I think it's G4 or something. There's one channel now that I'm remembering on TV that
Oh,
just
yeah.
plays stuff
Games?
like
Yeah,
this.
G4,
Like,
yeah.
plays
Interesting.
videos of people playing video games.
I wonder if we'll start seeing gamer-sponsored supplements out there.
I shouldn't laugh, but it probably could happen.
Why would you laugh? Because you're going to carry
I was
him.
just gonna say.
probably would. They probably would if
Carry him. All right, the next article I saw that caught my eye was the 6-minute workout will reshape your butt, B-U-T-T, but, B-U-T, you won't be able to walk tomorrow. Well, I was like, okay, what's this all about? And really what it is, it's just a high-intensity workout. And this 6-minute butt workout is designed to get your glutes burning from the comfort of your home without any expensive equipment. Complete each set for 1 minute with a 15 to 30 second rest for a total of 6 minutes. You'll be feeling challenged. And 1 minute rest, run through the circuit 2 or 3 times. Well, yeah, it's a high-intensity circuit. You do anything at that level with that
Right.
little rest. It's essentially a Tabata.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like it's a Tabata, but they
More or less. And Tabatas are just 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 8 rounds. But it's go as hard as you can for 30 seconds, take a 10-second break. Go as hard as you can for a minute, take it. Yeah, it doesn't take long when you focus on one body part.
Yeah.
So there's, okay, duh.
This is interesting. It kind of goes back to a week or two ago. We had the conversation where, like, the workouts were, if you're not falling over or can't walk the next day, it wasn't a good workout. So now they're talking about a 6-minute workout where you're not going to be able to stand the next day because your butt hurts so bad.
Well, it says booty burn.
Booty burn.
Booty burn.
Your booty's going to burn so bad you can't do
booty
anything.
burn. Now, what happens if you're a gamer and you do the booty burn workout? Then you can no longer sit and game.
You have to,
Then you
you
stand
got to
in
lay. You can lay on your stomach.
Got to go prone
Right.
like a sniper.
Yeah.
Good thing they're playing first-person shooter games.
start making it more realistic.
We're gonna get an email into the show from
Yeah.
somebody who plays games who we have.
What do they
offended in
call it?
some-
They're going to do it. What do they call it? The SWAT joke? What do they do when the gamers get pissed at each other online?
Oh, yeah,
they
they-
SWAT their house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
Until that one poor kid accidentally got killed, which is terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, so don't SWAT anybody. Hey, side note, you know why it's called Tabata?
Because it's a fun name to say.
Tabata. It just does kind of roll off the
Yeah,
tongue,
it's
doesn't it?
fun.
Like
Bongos.
Tabata. You want a Tabata? Would you like to eat a Tabata? Let's go Tabata.
Yeah. I mean,
Tonight they're doing Tabata dancing.
I feel like we should start throwing that word into conversation to see if
Just
anybody.
Tabata?
Yeah.
Is that a Tabata in your pocket? I went down the hill on my Tabata.
That's like a toboggan. I mean, so that would work. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So no, I do not know. Back
So
to the question.
Dr. Izumi Tabata, Japanese doctor, did a research at the National Institute of Fitness and Sports in Tokyo. And essentially they took Group A. It was a double-blind, not really double-blind, 2 separate groups. The first group just did aerobic workouts for an hour. The second group did the quote-unquote Tabata workouts, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. And the study showed that Group 2 increased aerobic capacity and anaerobic capacity more than the first group doing the Tabata routine.
Interesting.
Hence, the Tabata was born. So,
Well, he's
in
got a cool
conclusion,
name.
high-intensity interval training has more impact on both aerobic and anaerobic systems than normal traditional training. Hence, booty burn.
You can get your booty burned in 6
You
minutes.
get your booty burn thanks to Mr. Tabata. All right, this is perhaps my favorite. Which workout to try based on your zodiac sign?
Yeah.
This I laughed. I laughed at this. This
So
was funny.
it says change your mundane workout that you've practically memorized and time to challenge yourself by looking to the stars. Horoscopes aren't exactly a sole determining factor of finding the perfect workout, but It's safe to say each of the 12 zodiac signs and the 4 elements are not the same, meaning each one has a unique workout for the fiery Leo, the peacekeeping Libra, and the all-mysterious Scorpio.
Interesting.
What's your sign, Tim?
So I'm a Cancer. So
What does it say to do for Cancer?
So the little verb at the top says, deep and emotional Cancers find themselves taking care of others a little more than themselves, making them good candidates for workouts that guarantees lots of solo time. So I would agree that, and anybody that knows me knows I'm a caring person. I care a lot about other people. Usually put them ahead of my own self.
I think that definitely depends on who you are with at the time.
That could be fair. I do not like working out alone. So the thing it says for me is self-reflecting bike rides are recommended for Cancers. A solo, low-impact activity that complements a Cancer's introspective nature, which is the exact
like a good bike ride.
Exact opposite of what I usually do. I know I do run. I do run on Sundays, which is nice. You know, I think about stuff and I run and reflect on some things.
You got to think about something because otherwise running's horrible.
You don't like running no matter what happens. So unless somebody's chasing you.
Unless somebody's chasing me or I'm chasing something.
Right.
But that's only going to last for so long.
Sure.
But other than that, I
Sam, what are you? What's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Ooh.
A Libra.
What month is Libra? September. You're a harmonious Libra.
Harmonious Libra. So apparently I'm all about the meditative, elegant exercises such as Tai Chi.
You don't do any of that.
I don't do any of that.
No, this is just saying you should try these.
I should try.
Remember, you should try these.
So
you're supposed to change it up and try these. So
it's recommended that
you should meditate on your harmonious bike. No, on your bike.
Yeah.
Where Sam, you should.
So I apparently should try Tai Chi. Apparently
also,
I like balance and symmetry.
It also says you should try things like skateboarding, TRX, and bongo boards.
I have done TRX before.
Have you skateboarded?
When I was a kid, I've done some
We should put you on a hoverboard and make a video, throw it up on YouTube and see what happens. You look like Mike Tyson when he
some of these
are
hilarious. It says, for Aries, it says, change up your workouts with fast-paced workouts that are help build character. Recommend synchronized swimming. First of all, I don't view synchronized swimming as fast-paced.
That's amazing.
And I would drown in a heartbeat. Upside down in the water.
Spinning upside down.
Spinning upside down in the water.
Yeah.
I suppose. Of course, I'm a Pisces. I'm actually on the cusp, but it tells me I'm a natural. First of all, astrologer Mystic Medusa. We're taking fitness advice from Mystic Medusa.
Oh, it says something about Zumba in here for you.
I know. I do like some Zumba. I'll Zumba once in a while.
I can
cut a rug. I can cut.
I enjoy some Zumba.
I usually need some liquid help.
Liquid courage.
I can cut a rug if need be. Usually there's never a need to be. All right, so there you have it, guys. You got Capricorn, self-reliant, stick to workouts that come without a fuss. Aries, Aquarians, trying new fads. Try the same dance in aerobics class over and over, but it just doesn't cut it. So it recommends that Aquarians, known for their deep thinking and community-oriented optimism, rapid oscillations in air pressure, renewed mental enthusiasm. What the heck? Atmospheric cell training.
I was waiting.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't either. I was waiting for them to.
Hey, look that up. Atmospheric cell training.
For them to throw something in here about how they should swim. I feel like that would have just been a knockout. Aquarius, you should swim.
Aquarius.
Aquarius. Are you looking up the? What are we looking up again?
What did I say? Atmospheric cell trainer.
All right.
I've never even heard of that. So I'm kind of curious what the atmospheric cell... Oh, a one-of-a-kind workout which changes air pressure to create a workout within your cellular energy system. Holy smokes.
That sounds
like an awesome deep marketing ploy.
Yeah.
But we'll look into that and report
You can warm up with the 6-minute booty butt burn.
Actually, every workout is a cellular energy system, no matter how you look at it. You only have three energy. You got one of 3 energy systems you're using, and you will use all 3 depending on the length of your workout, and they're all cellular based. Anyway, so there's an article out there based on if you want to change it up, look to the stars and within yourself, and your zodiac will tell you how to train if your current workout's not cutting it.
I love my current workouts.
You love your well, we change our workouts all the time.
We do. Which is one of the reasons I love it. It's
variety is the spice of life.
Indeed, sir.
Indeed, it is.
Spicy meatball.
Spicy meatball, as is the workout. Speaking of spiced meatballs, guys, I got a popcorn popper in my house.
Yes.
And I put some pepperoni oil on the popcorn.
Ooh. You have my attention.
Delish.
Yes. I have a popcorn maker as well. I feel like when we leave the studio today, I might be stopping on the way home.
You got to be careful because different oils have different flash points. So like some olive oils you couldn't use because it'll get too hot and burn up on you. But I used like some canola and then I put some of the pepperoni oil on top.
So you mixed it together
in there too. Yeah.
I didn't measure. I'm not going to lie to you. I tend not to measure.
But you didn't straight pepperoni oil.
It looks good.
You put a little of the canola oil and then just add a little bit of
and then the pepperoni oil.
Probably been a lot stronger.
Let it marinate a little bit and then had a nice.
How was the taste?
Nice spice.
Nice spice.
Nice spice.
But I'm spicy Italian, so I like a little spice.
Perfect.
You're like Old Spice.
No. You had to go there.
I mean, you set that one up. That was like an alley-oop from across the court.
And Sam with the
I'm
sound.
on a boat.
He comes with sound effects, guys.
Oh, man.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. I'm pretty excited. We got a special guest today. We got Pate Smith, who's a professional development coach. And he's going to talk to us a little bit about, where people fail in their performance and how he coaches people through just getting their business to perform better. But he also does like dating coaching. It all comes back to performance and confidence and getting over that hump to whatever you're trying to do. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. Listen to our sponsors. You're listening to Treadmills and Tangents right here on The Answer, 94.5 FM, 1420 AM. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody, to Treadmills and Tangents. Coach coming at you again. I am here on site today at Premier Claims with my friend Pate Smith. Pate, welcome this morning.
Hey, man, what's up?
Pate's a professional development coach for his own company. And what's the name of that company, Pate?
Positive Change USA.
Change USA. And he's also a managing consultant for Premier Claims as well. Pate, how did you get into, explain to everybody what development coaching is, first of all.
So personal and professional development coaching is just that. So we take an individual and whatever their goal is, whether it's like short-term or long-term, I prefer like short-term goals to get to long-term goals. At this point in my career, I'm not really concerned with short-term goals. I'm kind of concerned with like overarching goals, maybe really great goals within an individual or a company. And we come down with maybe a process to kind of get there. And then I get the individual to stick to the process. Most of my clients pick a goal and we get that, in a couple of months and we're kind of on to something else.
You went to college in Alabama. We won't hold that against you. Husker fans, don't hate us for that. And you went to law school, correct? Yeah. How did you vector into coaching?
So I absolutely hated law school. I graduated because I was pot committed, but at the end of the day, I knew I never wanted to do that. Or at least I didn't think I did. And I started my second year because I got approached to do some dating coaching because I had a relatively popular blog for male personal development called like 30 Dates in 30 Days, where I use efficiency concepts and referrals to build like a network of dates with girls. And a guy was like, could you coach this? And I was like, yeah, this is super easy. It's just process orientation. And at that point in time, I guess through my naivete, I would say that I didn't see that everything was process orientation. Like, I don't care what you do throughout life. Like, there's no such thing as luck. It's just process orientation until something happens. And that could either happen really fast or it couldn't. But the thing is like, you've got to be willing to commit to that process.
So you've coached people all the way from dating all the way up to the business development and selling businesses.
Yep.
What, if you were to pinpoint a common thread in which people are or are not doing, probably more are not doing to achieve their goals or to achieve their top performance, is there a common thread across the board?
Yeah, everybody wants to feel good, but nobody wants to achieve their goals. Like, no, people talk about what they want all the time, but it's garbage. Like, nobody really wants what they say they want.
So it's the effort. They don't want to put the effort, or they don't want to put in the hard work to get it done.
They don't know what it means. Like, people love the idea of having a goal and achieving something. Nobody wants to wake up at 4 to do it. Like, nobody wants to make themselves go to bed at 8 so they can get up at 4. Like, when your buddies are out and you're having the time of your life, like, nobody says like, man, this sucks, but I gotta go. Like yesterday when I wanted to eat a half pint of Halo Top, most people just say like, oh, it's 200 calories. What is it? Well, it's outside of my current goal congruence. Don't even pick a goal if you're not willing to like hurt really bad for it. And if you're willing to hurt really bad for it, do it.
So it's prioritization. It's understanding, like Grant Cardone on the 10 times rule. It's going to be 10 times harder than you think it is. It's going to take 10 times the effort. You're going to experience 10 times the losses before you even get there. If you think you need to make 100 calls, you probably need to make 1,000 calls.
My thing is like, why even talk about numbers? I said to myself, maybe Christmas, I was like, hey, not happy with my current physical fitness. Like I should probably drop back down into like the 170s. The issue is like I was at 199 at the time. Okay. I was like, I know how to do this. The reason I let myself get there was because I didn't make this a priority. All right, it's a priority. That point in time, we say, how do we want to get there and what time frame? And the thing is like that time frame is a suggestion. It might take 3 times as long, but I don't care. And if the process needs to be adjusted, that's cool. People look at success as something that can happen quickly, and it might. And like whatever your success is, like I don't know what that is to you. I mean, I really don't know what success is to me. I just know that every day I want to come as close as I can to touching potential. You know, if I wake up that morning, first thing I do every day, unless I'm sick or there's like a reason, like a big reason, I go to the gym. I wake up between like 4 and 4:25 and get dressed, go to the gym, come home, do some emails, then do whatever meeting I have to do. I never want to get up and go to the gym. Never. Like I can always rationalize within my schedule not going to the gym. But at the same, I'm like maybe sick today. You know why I went to the gym? Like it was probably deleterious to my overall process of getting more fit, right? Like it's not a good idea, you know, to work out when you're sick. Why did I do it?
It's just habit, routine, sticking to the plan.
It's because I refuse to not go because I'm not going to let my inertia stop. You know, and I see that like with people's savings, paying off credit card debt, paying off school loans. It's always easy to rationalize like, man, I'm going to Vegas this month. Like I'm going to take that extra X amount of dollars and put it on this trip and I'll catch back up. Will you? Why risk it? Like you've built it up to this point. You've built up a process. And I don't care if this is fitness, if it's business, whatever it is. The fact of the matter is more goals haven't been hit because people won't do what's necessary, or they start to do what's necessary and they say, one day is okay.
Or it gets too hard. Would you agree that it gets too hard and the second day meet some type of adversity? They use that as a rationale. Well, it can't be done.
Yeah. I mean, the way you know a goal is worth it is if it hurts. Like everything else, like if it's easy, it's not your potential. And that's a problem that I have now is like I constantly question myself because like I'm married. I have 2 kids. Like I'm well within my means right now. Like am I pushing myself as hard as I was if I wasn't? And that's something like I personally question myself about. You know, am I doing enough to reach my potential? I don't want to be one of these guys that is 40 and maybe I'm like making the low 6 figures and I've kind of got everything rolling, everything's cool, and like I'm good with going home and watching The Voice at night. Like I don't want that because I know that's below my potential. And that may be fine for you, but at the end of the day, we can do more. And that more, like when you see that arises when it's absolutely like painful to do so. When you go work out, like think about when you do pull-ups. How many pull-ups can you do right now? I love pull-ups because it's like the life example of this. Pull-ups is what we're talking about. How many can you do right now?
Me right now,
Yeah.
If I hopped up, I don't know, low 20s, I could rip off.
That's awesome. I would guess I'm somewhere between like 8 and 13. I don't know. If you want to do, let's say you can do 22.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's it going to take to do 23?
Just effort, determination.
22, and you're going to do 22, and then you're going to sit there and you're going to struggle and not get 23, and you're going to do that for 3 weeks, and then you're going to be able to get 23, and then you're going to, let's say you want to get 24. You know, what are you going to do to get there? So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to 23 pull-ups, and then you're going to sit there and you're going to hang and you're going to shake, and it's going to suck. But that like hanging and shaking and sucking is the adaptability that's necessary to get to the 24th push-up. And then guess what? When you get to 24, you get to do it over again. And what people don't realize is, like my wife says to me all the time, like, this is daunting. But I say to her, like, it's okay. This isn't made for everybody. Just realize that, like, if you don't hit your goals, that's fine. But, like, that's the path you choose. This is a difficult conversation. But, you know, this is also why I get paid to have it with people. It's not what you want to hear. Like, if you're not getting to what you want to do in life, everybody thinks that people that are super successful did it because they like stepped on people or cheated. But when the reality of what it is like 99.9% of them were willing to out-effort everybody for more years than you could ever imagine. That's the truth.
That's a great piece of advice. Well, Pate, thanks today for taking some time for us. Again, Pate Smith, professional development coach. You can find him online, Positive Change USA. You can also find him as a managing consultant here up at Premier Claims up on 168th and Blondo. Although watch out for the construction. You got to wind through. I got lost today myself getting here.
It's the worst.
And we're on site, so I apologize if you hear any background echoing or talk. We are on site here today with Pate. Pate, thanks again, buddy.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Appreciate the time. And welcome back, everybody. You're listening to Treadmills and Tangents right here on The Answer, 94.5 FM, 1420 AM. Fellas, all right. I had somebody the other day in the gym ask me a serious question, too. It's kind of funny. One of the female students walks in and goes, "Hey, Aaron, how do you do it?" I go, "Do what?" She goes, How do you not get hurt?" And I kind of giggled. I was like, "What do you mean, how do you not get hurt? How do I not get hurt?" She goes, You never seem like you're hurt, and other people, get injuries." And for the record, not everybody gets hurt in the gym, but it's a contact sport. We do jiu-jitsu, we do Muay Thai, kickboxing, and the TFW class is a pretty aggressive fitness class. It's a physical sport. It's physical sport. It happens, and it's not major injuries, bumps and bruises, nicks, some sprains here and there. But I had to laugh. I was like, "What makes you think I don't get hurt?" And she was like, "Well, I never see you hurt. I never see you stop doing anything." I go, "Well, that's kind of the point." I go, "I don't stop. I'll train around things." But I was brought up that just because you hurt something, what I mean by brought up, through the martial arts circles. I started karate when I was in 6th grade. Old school karate instructor, push-ups on your knuckles if you screwed up, the whole wax on, wax off, yes sir, no sir type of dojo. And which I really appreciate, and I thought it really gave me a good foundation of discipline and respect. I was always brought up, even when I trained with Mark McFan, one of my instructors down in Arkansas, that, okay, you're hurt, big deal. That's life. You get hurt, you train around it. Sure. Right? You got a hurt knee, you train around it. You got a hurt elbow, you train around it. You sprain something, it is what it is. You take care of it. I wouldn't say I train through the pain. That's not the point. Is that you train around things. So I'm 44 years old. I got something hurt all the time doing this stuff. But I just train around it. So it looks like, by no means am I indestructible by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just a matter of understanding your body. And obviously the older I get, there'll be some days where, even you guys go, "You gonna spar with us today, coach?" I'm like, "Nope." Right? Because my body's just not having it. "Why don't you squat with us today?" Because I know better right now. My legs are telling me, "Go ahead, fool. Right. Keep screwing around and we're gonna show you here in a minute."
Some days, just as soon as you get out of bed. You get out of bed and you're like, "Oh
yeah."
Not
today. Today I didn't do too much because my legs were just sore and tired from a long week. So my body I just felt it today. So I did all the warm-ups with everybody to get my body going, and I did some foam rolling to make it feel good. But I didn't train real hard today because I just knew my body needed the rest. But
that's working around it.
Exactly.
Well, it's working around it. And I sprained my knee, not bad, but I sprained my LCL a little bit a few months back, and that's been bothering me, so I'm a little careful what I do with that. I've always had I've broken ribs and dislocated ribs, and that one actually put me down for a little while. I'll admit that one that was a son of a
understandable.
Nothing like sneezing and feeling like your whole rib cage comes out of place. Yeah. That was terrible. Funny story, one time I was home alone and I literally sneezed and it dislocated. And if you ever dislocate your ribs, it's actually worse than a broken rib, I think, because when it dislocates, suddenly your whole rib cage doesn't want to move. And I was just in pain. And the only way I learned how to reset it was to push on my chest real hard. But I couldn't do it because it was out. So I was just in pain. I was in tears. And I literally did the self-inflicted Heimlich, where I just found the back of a chair and just slammed my chest down on a chair, but it popped back in and it felt so good. I mean, I was laying in a heap on the floor, but I was like, "Oh my God, I can breathe again."
Yeah.
Now, that's an extreme case. I don't advocate anybody doing that by any stretch of the imagination.
That's not doctor advice.
But, I mean, by no means do I try to give the impression that I'm never hurt or indestructible, but I just train around it. I learn to avoid doing certain things, but at the same time, it's an opportunity to do other stuff. If you got a bum ankle, go do an upper body workout.
Sure.
And then that's a chance to get your upper body stronger. If you got a bum elbow, hey, let's start running or run some sprints. There's always something you can do to get around just saying, well, I'm hurt, I'm going to do nothing.
I think a lot of people just use that as an excuse to take.
And listening to your body. So I think sometimes it just takes age. Like I remember, heck, when I first started fighting, I got a rib injury. Like
Because you're pretty old.
Well, 35. 35.
A whopping 35 right now.
I'm older than Baldy over here.
That is true.
So I remember my first fight. I was training at the gym, got a rib injury a few weeks out, and still kind of trained through it. And now I think if I had an injury like that, I'd be a lot smarter and try to take better care of myself because I was in my 20s, like whatever, I'll just work through it. And now I'm a whole lot more cognizant.
You can when you're younger because think about the amount of testosterone in your body for a male anyway in their 20s. That's true. It's just like you can train twice a day, every day, hurt something, and you are practically healed the next morning, right? But as you get older, you just can't do that. What's terrible? It's the beauty of life. You get smarter as you go, but I train smarter now. My health and my nutrition's better than it ever was. And I look back and I'm like, wow, I wasted a lot of potential just not knowing what I was doing.
We had the exact same conversation this week. We were literally like, can you imagine if when we started training, we took it as serious as we do now? Like, I'm in better shape than I've ever been.
Well, it's not even taking it serious.
It's just
understanding
knowledge,
the nutrition,
understanding the body and the knowledge of it all.
I always tell people that I'm so jealous of high school kids now. Right? When I was in high school, you know what our strength and conditioning program was?
Throw the weight on and just lift.
Hey, the gym's open from 12 to 2. Get there. That was it. And it was get your bench, get your squat, and then whatever else you want to do. We didn't even deadlift because that was considered bad for your back. Even when I was in college at the Air Force Academy, we were told not to deadlift because it was bad for your back. And deadlift is one of the prime exercises you should be doing for strength and conditioning. But there was the only knowledge we had was out of the Joe Weider magazines and the Flex magazines. That was it. And then you would go to the local nutrition store and some guy would shove some protein on you and that was it. Otherwise, it was just eat whatever you can get your hands on. Eat as much as you can. I remember my football coach told me, eat as much as you can. Doesn't matter what it is, just eat as much as you can. You got to put size on. And then you look back and that carried through college. But, the amount of knowledge out there about fitness and nutrition now is just amazing. It's absolutely. We're going to have Dr. Brad on here in a couple of weeks. And I was talking to him one day and I was like, Dr. Brad, I get it. Politics, there's always going to be opinions. And opinions are what they are. Everybody's allowed to have one. To come to a consensus on politics is next to impossible. And I get that. But in fitness and nutrition, the biological sciences, like it's science, right? How can there be such controversy? Like nutrition is debated as hotly and as contested as much as politics. Like there's some debates out there. And you get on the forums like, oh, so-and-so kicked so-and-so's butt in that debate and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm always like, you guys are missing the point. The knowledge and understanding of both sides and being smarter on the topic is really where the value is. Absolutely. I don't care who wins the debate. But the fact that there's still debate on fitness and nutrition and what's happening in the body is amazing to me. And it just goes to show you that research is getting better. Our understanding is getting better. Knowledge is getting better. And I was actually talking to him. I was like, hey, Dr. Brad, why is there such debate? I mean, why can't you guys, I always poke fun because he's out there, why can't you guys agree on anything? And he goes, it is what it is. Dogma is stronger than research and facts. And until you can change dogma, which takes years to do, there can never be a consensus, right? And the nutrition and fitness, and a lot of it's due to CrossFit. CrossFit broke the mold. I mean, if there's one thing good that CrossFit did is broke the mold on how we think about fitness and nutrition. Sure. Or at least got people to start asking questions. Well, why? Like, why is the food pyramid the way it is? Oh, because it's screwed up, right? Hey, funny. There are more questions being asked. There's more different kinds of research being done, and we're getting smarter about what we do with our bodies.
There's more data now as we paid more attention.
Now every day. Somebody was just talking to me today. One of our new clients, Rocky, was like, you're a little bit older, but you're very fit. He's like, what do you do? I mean, when do you know how to change stuff? I'm like, man, I'm always experimenting. Like, I'm always. Just in the last 2 months, I started drinking my little elixir in the mornings with cranberry juice, lemon juice, and apple cider vinegar. Like, and I'm 44 and I just started doing that because I just learned about it. And there's always some new knowledge coming out, which is amazing. So I kicked myself in the butt. I was like, man, I wish I was smarter about this 20 years ago. Like, I left so much potential on the table. But I can also say I'm as athletic. I'm as strong.
Sure.
I'm as fit. I'm probably more fit than I was. I'm smarter about things anyway than I was in my 20s. So
at least you figured it out at some point, and not, on your deathbed, you don't look back and think, oh man, I really wish I would have tried to do something. And not only for yourself, I think you spread that knowledge throughout the gym too, as you try stuff like, hey, try this and see if it works for you. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, great. But
what's amazing, a lot of people just held back out in life in general because they're not afraid. Well, they are afraid just to try something. Like, just what's the worst that can happen?
It doesn't work for you.
It doesn't work for you, right? And then people always ask me, what diet should I do? Like, I just posted the video last week about the endocrinologist, and all he does is research insulin. I typed in there's gold at 35 minutes, I think it was, and he says, all right, at the end of the day, prioritize protein, limit carbs, round it out with fat.
Right.
So everybody in the gym that's keto is like, what are you doing? Are we supposed to not do keto now? I was like, no, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is here's more information.
Right.
Something to try. You got to figure out what works best for you.
Absolutely.
I can start you somewhere, but we're going to have to, you got to tweak it anyway. What works for me isn't going to work for you, isn't going to work for Sam, isn't going to work for maybe anybody else in the gym.
Sure.
Right? You lost over 100 pounds on keto. It's foolish for everybody to think, if you do keto, you lose 100 pounds. Well, that's just asinine.
Right.
At the end of the day. I mean, it's just asinine. For some people, they can't do keto. They just feel terrible on it. Right?
We have a lady in the gym that tried it, and after like 3 weeks went into the doctor and did some tests, and they said she has something with, I think her liver or something. She wasn't able to, Melissa. So the doctor said, keto just doesn't work for you. Your body doesn't respond in the way that it does for other people.
There's probably something else going on that isn't allowing
So she's
that.
trying something else because what keto, she couldn't get into the ketogenic state. So she has to try another form of, some other kind of diet that would work for her instead.
Yeah, everybody's different. So, or various forms, or lazy ketos. What do you call it? Lazy keto?
Lazy keto is what I'm at now. So I did strict keto for a long time.
Because he likes his halo top.
I do like a little halo top. And I did Weight Watchers for years back in the day. And just, I got so tired of counting. And I got tired of reading every label and counting it. Like, if I had 2 bites, okay, I got to figure that out. So I'm to the point now where, like, I have a pretty good understanding of where things are. I've stayed at that same weight. I still want to probably lose, another 10 or 15 pounds, but I've stayed right at that 199, 200 mark for 2 months. Every once in a while, sneak a couple French fries or something, just because I have it in moderation.
A couple.
Have some Halo top.
Cheat day. You talking cheat days. I always, when people ask me, can I have a cheat day? I say no. They're like, well, why not? I go, it's like an alcoholic having a beer. Because a cheat day turns into a cheat week, turns into a cheat weekend, and then you're screwed up. And then we'll go, well, I see you eat carbs. I go, you're right. I do eat carbs. I'm also not 50 pounds overweight.
Sure.
Right? Again, my diet is my diet. I'm not saying, hey, look at me, I'm eating pizza. Right? I try to not to eat pizza, but I'm not going to deny myself one because I've gotten myself to a point where I understand my body. I understand what diet does me, and I'm very strict during the week. It gives me some liberty on the weekends. Not everybody's disciplined enough to do that.
Sure.
I mean, could I tighten my diet up? Absolutely. Could I get my body fat down? Absolutely. Do I want to go through life without having French silk pie? No.
And in moderation,
I
right?
love
You're
not at all.
You're not going to eat. You're not going to sit down and eat 6 French silk pies. Probably. You're going to have a piece and you're going to enjoy it.
I'm not saying I haven't done that.
Right. But now, like in moderation, as you you're like.
Well, who hasn't done that? Really?
Right.
I mean, who hasn't eaten a whole French silk pie? I mean, come on.
This is
key lime
America.
pie for me.
Key lime? You like key lime? What's your favorite pie, Tim?
Yes.
Yeah.
All of them. Yes.
So, actually, there's some pies I don't like. I prefer. I'm more of a cream pie kind of guy. Like banana cream, coconut. I'll crush a coconut cream. I won't feel bad about it. I won't think twice about it, and I'll justify.
Pumpkin pie for me.
Pumpkin pie.
I get
with or without Cool Whip.
Both.
You gotta have it with.
I will get one whole pie to myself for Thanksgiving because I will eat the whole thing.
Do you make it or do you buy it?
My mom makes it for me, actually.
Oh, spoiled. You're spoiled.
Yeah.
Tell your mom to hook us up, man.
Yeah, hook us up.
I'm the only boy.
Dang.
I
hit his mom up.
Sammy gets his mom.
I hit his mom up. I'll get us a pie.
Nice.
I'll send her a message.
Timmy, what's trending on the Twitter?
You know what's funny is I just
I
pulled,
could have gone really south with that.
Yes.
Luckily, I stopped myself.
it's easy.
Sam
I've
gave me
done
that-
it like
Sam gave me that look like, keep
you
going.
start going to the
idiot.
vowels and then you're like, oh, that's not good.
There's only couple vowels left, and
So-
it's going to go bad.
So I pulled this up, and I mean, I don't know if it's going to get controversial or not, but it's the best way to catch your breath during a workout, according to science.
Open your mouth.
So the funny thing is, what
No.
they say, well, I think that does help. Yes. According to researchers, bending over is ideal for recovery for multiple reasons. For one, it slightly moves your body's primary breathing muscle, the diaphragm, so you can bring more air into your lungs with each breath.
So bending over allows more air. Is that like same concept as being on a squatty potty?
I believe so, yes.
Basically.
It says it also allows your abdomen muscles to force out more carbon dioxide each time you exhale, and that's important because CO2 is a byproduct
So
of
getting
exercise.
into the fetal, more or less, allows everything to move better. Air in and poop out.
Pretty much is what it's saying.
America.
So if you're having trouble breathing, run to the potty.
Right. Bend
Run
over.
to your squatty potty, and you'll be all right.
Which is like
So
counterintuitive.
bending over. So say that again. Bending over allows the diaphragm to work easier
Yep.
and take in more air.
And you can also it also allows your abdominal muscles to force out more carbon dioxide every time you exhale.
Interesting.
Because everything I've
Well-
ever been told is like you stand up tall.
Well,
hands
but
up.
the thing is, though, is your body only uses less than, I want to say it's like 30%. And don't quote me on that fact, but every time you breathe in, you only use like 30% of the oxygen anyway.
Right.
So I'm not sure exhaling, forcing out carbon dioxide is beneficial. Now, catching your breath, and then I'd be curious to say how your blood oxygen levels change. Breathing, standing up, versus breathing, bending over. That'd be interesting to understand.
It would.
We'll have to research that.
It also says it helps reduce your heart rate by expelling a greater quantity of the gas. It brings your pulse down.
That makes sense. I
It
mean, anytime you can control your breathing, you'll start to control your heart rate.
And a slumped over hunch position may also relay the message
That's
to your
why
brain.
they say in the nose, out the mouth. In the nose, out the mouth.
Says it's
Wax on,
wax
wax
off.
off. Wax on, in the nose, out the mouth.
The
I'm
slumped
so
over-
excited about the new Cobra Kai show coming out.
I can't tell.
Has it started yet?
I haven't.
I don't think it started
It
yet. I
hasn't
haven't
started yet, but I'm excited
But
too.
it takes the angle of the Cobra Kai guy, Johnny, and he's kind of down and out, and Daniel's now this big car dealer in town, and so it picks up.
Yeah, it's-
Like 20, literally picks up 20, 30 years later. Whatever
would
it
be
was.
fun.
That's gonna be good.
When was that? 1984. I'm really hoping Elizabeth Shue makes a cameo. She's my fave. One of my
Elizabeth
faves.
Shue. I'll
One of
agree
my
with you on
faves.
that one.
You grew up, she's one of those
yeah.
stars you grew up with. Like when that came out, I was 6th or 7th grade. No, probably probably 5th or 6th grade.
I was
Elizabeth Shue was early 20s. Like, oh, Elizabeth Shue.
I wasn't even born yet.
Good for Daniel's son. Good for
True
him.
story. Good for Danielson.
Good for Daniel's son. Breathe in while bending over. You catch your breath faster because of diaphragm.
Oh,
Foodie is here. The food truck is here. We have. What did it bring us today? Drinks.
we got some
We
drinks.
have drinks. Okay, so we've got a variety of. We've got some kefir, kombucha. How do you say it?
Kombucha.
Kombucha, and we got some golden milk. Nutrition is moving towards drinks. I feel like that you can elixirs, like the old school elixir, get it all in one shot. Now, I've started taking turmeric pills in the mornings. Actually, I take them at night because I don't like the aftertaste of them. So I take them at night and go to bed because I don't like the turmeric drinks so far. They don't settle well with me. That's our dog in the studio right there. I'm gonna throw one of these turmeric drinks at him.
Bring your
if he
dog to
keeps
work day.
barking.
Yep.
Bring your dog to work day going on right now. So let's try the golden milk first. Now, this is Rebel. Is that right?
Yep.
Rebbl, Rebel. Again, you can find this in the organic section at your local Hy-Vee, at least in Sam's. It's not at my Hy-Vee, which that really annoys me that Hy-Vees all don't carry everything the same. But you guys get some flexibility what you have in your
You
section.
get some flexibility based
So this
off
is the
our
one up
clientele.
on Maple. Has the Rebel Golden Milk Turmeric Drink. It's organic and ethically sourced, which I'm not sure what that entails. Ethically sourced. Whole turmeric, ginger, and forest honey, as opposed to the honey you find on the highway. Forest honey. And super herb powered coconut milk elixir. Oh, so it's a coconut milk base.
Yeah.
Organic honey, some fiber, and ginger. Usually with the turmeric drinks, there's always like ginger and or cinnamon working with them. Anyway, I'm gonna give it a shot. Not my favorite. It's definitely, you can definitely taste the coconut milk, but the turmeric comes out big time. Like, I love Indian food. Apparently for me, turmeric tastes better on chicken and rice, and not so much with milk. But I don't care for
That's
it.
actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be worse. It's not horrible.
The sweetness of the coconut milk
Yeah.
definitely comes out, and that makes it bearable.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
turmeric's-
couldn't drink the
that's
whole thing.
something I would personally choke down, knowing turmeric is so good for you. I would do it. Tim's face. That face.
Yeah.
That face was
it's weird.
like a kid you just made eat broccoli.
Yeah,
It's like, oh.
I don't know about
You
that.
do get that turmeric at the end.
And I take turmeric in the morning. I take a pill of it, and it does have a little bit of
I take
aftertaste.
4 because I want to make sure.
the coconut milk helps big time.
Yeah,
It's
so
weird.
I don't want to say it's bad. You know, Rebel, it's good. I mean, it's the coconut milk sweetness definitely helps it.
Yeah.
I don't, for some reason, the turmeric drinks don't resonate with me right now. But I've also forced myself to like things I initially don't like. So I would probably keep trying.
Yeah.
Probably an
I like
acquired
that
thing.
I
sometimes.
think
Wow,
that's something you would.
To help an acquired taste. Like I hated coffee for the longest time, but in my effort to get off energy drinks, I forced myself to like coffee.
I better start doing that.
You do need to start doing. You pound some energy.
He puts down
drinks.
some energy drinks. He does.
And I've actually tamed down too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's true.
He's
All
got a
right.
problem.
So we have kefir. Now, Lifeway kefir. Again, you can get this in Hy-Vee. I like Lifeway kefir. I drink the plain. They have all kinds of flavors, but you got to be careful. Or kefir, depending. I think kefir is the proper Russian way to say it. Kefir. And do you like that Russian accent?
It was good.
Better than what I can
Mother
do.
Russia.
Anyway,
If he dies,
so it's basically it's fermented milk at the end of the day, and the way I describe it to people, it's that drink that right before it becomes yogurt. That's the only way I can describe it. I know they're not the same thing, but it's loaded with probiotics. When I drink this, there's no doubt my stomach things are moving. Things are moving, and I'm in the bathroom that day if I drink a lot of kefir the day before, because for me it really clears me out. I
thing we're doing
make
this towards the
kefir on
end of
my
the
own.
show.
You can get what they call kefir grains, but they're not really. They're fermented. They're live cultures is what they are, and you just put them in milk and let it ferment, and you drink it.
But you started making kefir like
I
last
still
year.
do make it. I got lazy because if you forget about it, it quickly becomes curds and whey. Little Miss Muffet rolls in and leaves her curds and whey behind, and it's useless to you. You can eat it, but I tried that. Not good for me.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't.
It's
I
just
don't like
cheese.
cottage cheese.
It's
so I don't
literally
think-
cheese at
I
the
love
top.
cottage cheese.
And, it's very good for you. It's incredibly good for you.
I'll pass.
But
try the
when you're
kefir.
looking for kefir, not so much.
So
So I'm not
basically-
going to try it. You guys try it.
So
I've had
basically, this
before.
has got live cultures in it. Then
Well, kefir does. Yeah. So does yogurt. Any fermented milk product. I mean, it's a byproduct of cheese, right? It's a process of making cheese, and this is one of the byproducts or the stages of.
actually, that's not bad.
It tastes. It's like a tangy yogurt.
You got that,
right?
yeah.
There's a little bit of sourness to
the
it.
smell's not the greatest, but
smell it
If
before
you
you
didn't
taste
know what it was, you would think it was spoiled milk. If you didn't know what it was, but
I don't know.
this stuff is
That-
awesome.
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty good. It reminds me of like a Go-Gurt.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, exactly what it is. But so when you get the
Yeah.
flavored ones, of course,
Yeah.
when you add fruit, it adds a ton
Right,
of sugar
right.
to it. But I love making smoothies with kefir.
Yeah,
As
I
the
can see
base
that.
of my smoothie. It's awesome.
So a cup of this has 12 carbs, to 12 grams of sugar, which obviously is where that comes from, but still 11 grams of protein. And
So-
a cup is that's a
kefir
giant
has
serving, I feel like.
so the cultures in the process of making it, it's lactose free. It feeds off the lactose. So that's what
Interesting.
makes it lactose free.
That'd be perfect
So do
for
you use this instead of like if you were making like
Kefir.
a smoothie at the gym, we use
Yeah, I'll pour that in, then I'll add some protein, or I'll add whatever else I want to add to it. And it's
so
awesome.
you use that like instead of the water.
I love putting a scoop of branched chains in it,
Okay.
because this really has no flavor. It literally has no flavor. It's just kefir flavor, for lack of a better term. So then I'll put whatever flavored branched chains in it and just throw some ice and blend that up. It's awesome.
Interesting.
Absolutely awesome.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Maybe
All
I
right,
should
I'm going to try the
Yeah.
kombucha.
Kombucha.
This is Kevita.
Kavita,
right?
yeah. So that is kind of like kefir. It's got live cultures in it too. It's a probiotic as well.
Probiotic, organic,
So, of course,
energizing.
helps with
from
digestive
Kevita. This is the
system.
raspberry lemon. Fermented kombucha culture, gluten-free, non-dairy, vegan. A lot of people are drinking this now, and you can make this as well. And
It does have an alcohol percentage. It's very little.
does
but
it really?
Yeah.
I always love when it says contains 0% juice. It's like, okay, why even put it on?
Juicy juice, I don't think has any percent juice. Right?
And it'll say on the back, contains
yeah.
not made from fruit, or it contains 0% juice. 8 grams of carbs, all sugars, and there's really nothing else in it. And besides kombucha, it says, we believe health and wellness begins at your core. Kavita Master Brew Kombucha is fermented with our priority tea culture, crafted with billions of live probiotics, organic acids, and the finest ingredients. Comes in a variety of bold, delicious flavors.
It's a fun word to say,
Is
too.
raspberry and lemon bold? Would you consider that bold? Maybe mixing them is a bold move.
I would say mixing them bold. Yes.
So as we were kind of walking through looking at the flavors, Sam and I perusing to see.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Sorry. That was more, for lack of a better term, carbonated than I thought it was going to be. That went like right up my nose.
I opened it right before, obviously, so people didn't have to hear the whoosh on the radio.
They still heard.
And as I went to open it, it started to overflow, so I had to stop it really fast because I didn't know it was carbonated either. But apparently, I had shaken it up in the process.
Is it carbonated, or is that the byproduct of the?
It could just be pressure, maybe from the
fermenting.
The fermenting
I
process.
bet it's from the fermenting.
Yeah, because
But it looked like it was gonna.
That was surprising and almost refreshing. I like this. This is good.
I've been waiting to try this, so
it's good. It's almost like a summery drink. I like it.
And at high heat,
it's got
a ton of them.
It's got a bite on your tongue like that. I don't know what else to call it other than carbonation. It has really a bite on your tongue. It's kind of crazy.
I like that. That's
See
good.
what the smell of this one is. Not bad. More pleasant than the
kefir.
Waft. Get the bouquet and the aroma.
Oh, it does. It has like a little twang on your tongue. Like it hits and it's like there's like a little dance party going on.
There you go.
It's a little dance party on your tongue.
Little two-step.
It's like you get like a quick second of Pop Rocks and then it's gone.
I love Pop Rocks. I love some. I used to love those. I was always deathly afraid of the urban myth if you drank soda with it, your gut would explode.
Like a little bit of the raspberry lemon aftertaste. It's good too. Like it
This
settles
would probably
in.
be
And
good. You know how when you have an upset stomach, a little warm soda would help. This would probably do the same thing, I'd imagine.
But there's hundreds of brands of this stuff out in multiple flavors.
Yeah, so anytime you get probiotics in your stomach, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Good thing, and gut health is incredibly important. You know, most of our problems are nutrition oriented. Most of the things we can solve by better nutrition, and just probiotics is just a piece of that.
This one also for the gluten-free folks out there is gluten-free and vegan.
And it's non-dairy.
And it's non-dairy. So just throw that out there for anybody
vegan.
else.
Isn't that being redundant? Vegan and non-dairy? Does it really have those side by side?
It's redundantly.
Gotta say it for people.
You gotta say it. You
People
do
don't
have to
know
say
it.
I agree. Okay, folks, looks like we're running out of time. We hope you enjoyed the show. You're listening to Treadmills and Tangents, your health and wellness talk show. This is Coach signing off along with my wellness warriors.
Have a good day, guys.
We'll see you guys next week. You listen to The Answer, 94.5 FM, 1420 AM.
Tune in each Saturday morning with fun banter on what it takes to live a healthier, happier, and more vibrant life in the Big O. Treadmills and Tangents with Coach Aaron Cerrone and his army of wellness warriors.